a bit of an experiment with the alpaca wool, because it actually says 4mm needles and I'm going to use my 6.5, so we'll see whether it comes out okay. It may end up too loose, in which case I'll simply undo it and start again with smaller needles. So I'll have to make a decision, and most wool labels, most yarn labels will tell you exactly what size needle to use, and they'll tell you a tension guide. So in this they're expecting that you would do 28 rows and 24 stitches, and that would give you a 10 centimetre square. I have to confess I've never done a 10 centimetre square. So I'm taking this off. Oh, am I going to be able? No, I'm going to use it from the outside. Sometimes I use the yarn from the inside. First find the end. There we are. Now, first row of knitting, and I'm not going to do the knit one, purl one, lazy rib. I'm going to do a proper rib this time because it's going to make it a little bit neater. So start with the yarn, knit. I think we'll try that again. Right, into the stitch to knit, knit one, yarn forward, purl one. That's a standard rib. Yarn forward, knit one, yarn back, purl one, yarn forward, knit one, yarn back, yarn back, purl one, yarn forward, knit one, yarn back, purl one, yarn forward. And I can tell when I look at the stitch whether I've got it right, because a knit stitch is always a V. See where my thumb is there? That's a bit of a V. And a purl stitch is a little line across, straight across. So I know that I've got it right with a knit stitch because I finished with a purl stitch, and I'm just going to pull this quite tightly. And I'm not going to do, well, the first stitch I do the yarn forward. So knit one, purl one. It just keeps these edges neater. Now after the purl, I'm going to do the knit without taking the yarn back. And my yarn is at the back. I'm going to purl, and that's going to make a stitch. So I'll end up with 60 stitches or so on the needle, because each time from now on I'm going to be dropping the stitches in between each other stitch. So I'm finishing with a purl, and because I want the edge to be neat, I did pull the yarn forward and purl it. So yes, we've got somewhere in the region of, not quite, 60 stitches there apparently, but if we look here, there are just 30. There'll be 15 of those purl, that's the purl, and the little V is the knit stitch. There's 15 of those. So that's today's knitting workshop. Thank you very much for watching, and come and see us at the Craftworkshop, 61 Main Street, Sedbergh.